All right, so good morning. This is our last day of the 12th plenary. Lionel. And so we always start with a few housekeeping items. I really just wanted to make sure that everybody was familiar with the agenda. As we've discussed each time, the most updated agenda is online. So, that, for example, the Birds of a Feather sessions, there's more than one, but you'll see all of that on the actual interactive online agenda. We are going to have, today is filled with like a lot of follow-up items. So we have a plenary discussion on the IDF requirements. We started yesterday out having that great presentation from the FMO that helped us understand really the state of where things were, what had been submitted from the committees, how those things aligned with our expectations and what we think the expectations of those that will consume those requirements would be. So today, and then we had time for breakout sessions where the committees were able to go a little more in depth with some of the discussions. And when those requirements were submitted, it wasn't as if every committee had everything completely done. And so we definitely heard from our committee chairs that they agreed that having an additional 1 to 2 months to complete those requirements is a really important thing. So this morning we're going to have a follow-up to some of the discussions that have gone on, some of the next steps that are going to happen, and that's that whole plenary discussion on the requirements. We do have a plenary approval process that's going to happen after our break. And I had a good conversation with a few people earlier to try to explain the difference. There are times when, based off our rules of association, we have to do a formal vote. Typically, whenever we do a formal vote, it's going to be available online. And that's because we need to be able to have people have time to cast their ballots. This is a plenary approval process. It's a consensus approval. So this is not a formal vote in that same manner. So that's a much easier process. We'll try to see if there are people who object to what we're trying to move forward versus trying to say, let me count the number of ayes, the number, those kind of things. So we will have a plenary approval discussion from our Standards Coordination Committee on the adoption of the first standard that would go into the standards registry should it be approved. We will have a follow-up conversation on the codes of conduct. And that's really is intended to be a discussion. We only have 30 minutes allocated for it. We talked about it at the virtual plenary. It has been available for everyone to review, but we just wanted to kind of wrap that up. We had said at the virtual plenary that we would allow time for our plenary to voice any comments after they had time to digest it a little bit more. And so we'll take that time just to see if there's any other feedback around it. It is already something that is in place, the Code of Conduct, but it is something that's always iterative. Nothing is etched in stone, so things can change. But I just want to hear if there's anything else that we need to talk about on that one so that we can get a little more closure on it. The Birds of a Feather session should be very interesting, so please look at the agenda for that. And then we'll end the day with updates from all of the committees. Some of you may be very actively involved in a particular committee, but then you don't get to hear about what's going on at some of the other ones. So this will be a chance for you to get an update from all of the committees, really hear what they're working on and where they may need help. Your help specifically. So we're hoping that we can get people engaged more in areas that maybe you have some expertise and it aligns with the needs of that committee. We did notice that we have a typo on that where it says it's a lightning round. So people were like, is it enlightening or is it lightning, like a lightning bolt? It's a little bit of both. So think of it as a chance to be enlightened and to make a mark on it too. And then we'll just have a quick wrap up. So with that said, there's no reason why we can't get started, I guess, with the requirements discussion. We will be using the live SIP tool that we have, by the way, gotten a lot of great feedback from. I think people really like the ability to be more interactive in the conversations and a chance to really see, to gauge the audience real time. So we'll use that a little bit more today as well. Jamie, to you.
some nuclear football here. Okay, test. How am I? Got me? Great. And could our slide folks bring the one slide I indicated you back up? There's no new slides for today, but we're going to keep the map of where we are and where we're going up for the time being. We will also have a chance to use the tool. And Andrew, are you watching the questions tool? If we get anything? Okay, good. Recap. You are here, and we're trying to get over there. So now what we're going to talk about is how we're going to get over there. The conversation we had with some of your committees yesterday and in this meeting room essentially said that there were 4 things that we were asking the 4 committees who have been giving us requirements to work through. Harmonizing terms and working towards a glossary so that we have standardized meaning of roles and players all the way across the system. Testability, some sort of sense of measurement, which also includes whether you're tied out to a particular set of rules or not. If you can tell us that your requirement came from something, we can use that as a way to making it clearer for people reading it for the first time. Relationship to roles like the stuff in the functional model, but who is it that each requirement is supposed to speak to? And a sense of the baseline versus the full set. Are we asking parties in the ecosystem to conform to these requirements today, given existing resources at the beginning of the project, or are we looking at some of these things as ambitious or later or dependent on additional technology or things that they should only do at certain higher levels of risk or levels of assurance? Of those tasks, we're giving you a recommendation. The committees are still working this, and that is that a couple of them can wait and a couple of them can't wait. Harmonizing terms and glossary. Honestly, some of the committees have done great work on this, but if you don't touch that until you turn these things back in a month or 2, and I'll mention deadlines in a minute, we're going to have to do it anyway. Okay, TIFTM and everybody who's reviewing it, once we get everything done and in a bag, is going to have to do a crosswalk between the terms, look at the glossary, maybe propose adding some things to the glossary. So our recommendation is you don't spend a lot of time worrying about normalizing language in the time you have remaining to complete the requirements. Same recommendation with essentially testability and the idea of forming the requirements into perfect sentences that express exactly what somebody can metricize on day 1. That's going to happen when we put them all together in a bag either way, and if you have energy to do more, that's great. But let me talk about the things that we can't and do for you. TIFTM can't and your staff can't tell you where these rules relate in your expert ecology to the underlying imperatives that you face. If you have a privacy requirement that exists because of a law or because of a liability or because of an FIPP practice or because there's something out there that everybody uses already, if you have a security requirement that comes out of the CSA framework, if you have a security requirement that comes out of a regulation, an insurance underwriting requirement, then to the extent you can, as the experts, bring to the group with that requirement an indication of the underlying rule, if not a full mapping, at least sort of a source or a hint, that will then allow us to start to pull together something that's more friendly to the outside so that when people look at the requirements, they can say, here's the 10 requirements, but we already do half this stuff because we obey this set of principles and we qualified for that certification and what have you. So if we can get the source from you folks, that will be one of the most important things that you can do in the time remaining to complete the first step. The other thing that there's no way anybody on staff can do for you is we need you to evaluate which of the requirements need to be in what we're calling the baseline set. What's the ask that you want to make on day 1 so that when we go out with this initial set for self-assessment, people using it say to themselves, either this is feasible, there is technology for me to do this, or I can do this, or I am doing this. What we don't want them to do is say, not just I have no idea what this requirement is, but I can't get there from here. That's a value judgment. It requires some risk assessment, it requires some assessment of the industry, and it requires some assessment of what's really necessary and how it's going to sit in the community that we're trying to influence and evolve. So, prioritizing, sorting things into baseline versus the full framework, and tying it out to the rules. Those are the two things that we'll ask the committees to spend additional time on the requirements between now and the deadline to pursue. And now let's talk about that deadline for a second, then we've got some other things to do. You saw the unofficial survey results. The average member here seems to think you need about 2 months. I don't have an answer for you. Your management council has an answer for you. They haven't come up with it yet. I'm just saying this to embarrass them. We need those deadlines. We cannot function an organization. We cannot have people who are busy and have lives and have other careers do their work as volunteers for us for free unless we tell them when they have to hit the posts and when they're going to ship. What I can tell you is that your goals say we're going to have this done in and around June. That means I assume we're going to have a plenary in or around June. That means this stuff has to be done in or around a month or two before that. That means that deadline is going to come up pretty fast. So we'll take it upon ourselves to haunt your leadership until we get the deadline and make sure it's posted out to you all. In the meantime, you should also expect a couple of other things. You should expect that a week from now, you will get, each of the 4 committees that submitted things will get some written comments from us to augment and specify some of the stuff we were showing on the slides yesterday. And we will also take it upon ourselves to hound the management until we get those deadlines for you. So that's for the 4 committees. That's not all that's going on, as you know. We also have the Work on Standards Committee, which is taking in its first standard to be reviewing later today. And then I think there's a pipeline of, what, 5 more right now, Kathy, about that, and more to come. First of all, every one of you should be looking at what you're doing and asking if there are open standards from somewhere that underlie or facilitate or serve as a proof of concept for implementing these requirements. And if you think there are, you should be sending them to the Standards Committee and telling them, you ought to look at this one, you ought to add it to your inventory, and you ought to consider adding it to your registry, because we need to beef that up. The point of having this registry is to demonstrate that there's a widespread existing number of open methods that can be used today to do all the good stuff we want them to do. So remember that ultimately the Standards Committee is totally dependent on you as a group to feed them stuff that's important. And by the way, props to the Security Committee who's been doing that very successfully so far and has sent a bunch of stuff over. But there's more, much more than they've received so far. The Standards Committee has already asked us and management to provide some kind of dedicated resource to help them review and prepare a report for each of the standards that's being nominated for the registry. And I think management's indicated they're going to do that. We need to sit down maybe with Kathy and Kim and MA or ME and figure it out. But I think we're going to go forward with that. So that's one thing we're going to do concretely to support the Standards Committee. There is other work afoot. Some of the folks who work with me have been talking to the TIFTM guys this week while we're in town to figure out what has to be done and what staff support is needed to get what I'll call the rest of the framework, the things that need to be in place other than requirements in order to launch a self-assessment tool by when? Darn soon, 4 months from now. So the TIFTM committee, just as we're sending some written suggestions out to the other committees on what we've seen in the requirements, the TIFTM committee will be getting, I think at the end of next week from us, some written suggestions for what to do with the artifacts they have, what additional things need to be in place, and what we can maybe find some resources to help do. But so Jack, that's on us to come back to you, Jack and Andrew, on that topic. I also expect that there's a possibility for folks who are doing UX work that there's an element of UX, which you see up here somewhere, there, right there, middle row, that probably needs to be applied even to the self-assessment tool. So we'd also want to talk to the UX committee fairly soon about forming some kind of a specific goal for what they should have in place and whether they need help in time to have something deployable by the end of June, which is our goal. That's it for that. On other fronts, I'll just mention to you that there are other projects in this organization. There are probably other projects that should be in this organization. If we don't know about them, they're not on our dashboard. That's bad, because then we can't tell people about it. Please make sure that if you're working on such a project in a formal or informal capacity, that Paul Knight knows about it, because he is posting that dashboard every month to tell us where all this stuff is. It's easy to find because if you go to the website at idecosystem.org, there's a tab. It says dashboard. So no excuses. Go look. And may I add, we'll have the next one out probably at the end of next week, probably not on February 1st because we all got to get home first, but it'll be done probably by a week from today. Let's see. Other than the next dashboard, I would have at this point asked the committees that met yesterday who talked about requirements to come on up and give us a quick read on what happened, but we're going to hear report outs from them later, so we'll save that for then. I will mention two more things, and that is, first, it's not just the schedule for the requirements deadlines, it's also the plenary meetings. Ladies and gentlemen of the senior management of this organization, we hope to bring lots of busy, important people who do big things all across all walks of life and in all sectors into more active engagement in this organization. They have calendars. Those calendars fill up months in advance. We can't do this planning, and they can't show up unless they can see this stuff coming. So we will also be leaning on the folks who are writing our paychecks, so you can see I have no sense of survival whatsoever, to schedule a little bit more in advance so we know when the next couple of plenaries are so that these backdating times can become hard and fast. So we will keep you posted on our progress in trying to get a more concrete and longer-term schedule out of these things, both for your travel plans and also because we want to attract more people to these parties. With that, actually, Mark Anthony, I need your help up here for a sec. So come on up. Yep, you, buddy. Come on. You're on the spot. And here's where I get to open the nuclear football. But while I do, I see we have a question. Andrew, you want to just promote it? Okay, while Mark's working his way up, can you speak a little bit about doing the testing of requirements in the real world? Do we envision recruiting early adopters? Well, I'm going to say off the top of my head, I sure hope so. Is Jack here and wants to speak to that, or somebody? I got a bite from the floor who wants to talk about that one. Go ahead, Adam, and then I have something to say too. Ina, yeah, are we on?
Separate question?
Oh, he's a separate question. Oh, okay. Two things about the testing. One is we did that once a little bit with the security committee to see how it worked. It was informal, and in your feedback yesterday, what you told us is not do a big program of formal testing at this time, not go out and do huge focus groups or public surveys, but rather do more point-to-point interviews to see what we can find out from people by way of both getting their feedback and hopefully co-opting them, bluntly, into participating, and then ship the sucker. That's my free interpretation of yesterday's survey results. So yes, it's very important that we should be 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 should be important that we 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 should be important should be important that we 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 we should be important that 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 we should be important important that we should be, 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 important important that we should be 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 important important that we should be 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 important that we should should be important that we 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 be important that we should 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 be important that we we should be important that 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 we should be important important that we should be, 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 important